there.
Truly there was.
No, it
nothing.
is beautiful.
Dude, oh my God.
Town.
It's we went to we went out to breakfast, and the place, it was like I looked it up and I like did a little research. It's like a popular place. So it was like a 40-minute wait.
Yeah.
So I was there with Sid the kid. There's like a park across the street. So I was like, let's just walk.
What was the
park.
place called? Do you remember?
Park City. I forget the cafe was called Park Cafe on the Park or something.
Yeah.
But I forget what the park was called. But we go through and there's like this farmer's market. And it was beautiful. You know, like Salt Lake. Salt Lake is just like beautiful, and there's like the mountains where there's like nice green park. And so we're walking around, and then there was the mayor, Rocky. This guy, he was the mayor of Salt Lake. I think he was a 2-term mayor, retired, and now he's running again because he's like, dude, it's fucked up what they're doing right now. I didn't know what his platform was, dude. So he's sitting there and he was like, so I'm like, oh, hey, how you doing? We're talking, and he was like, yeah, man. He's like, I was like, this park's beautiful. He's like, yeah, well, usually it's full of homeless people. The police came through and cleaned. Dude, they're like, usually the police came through and cleaned them out, and I was like, oh, nice. And he's like, well, no, I'm running to like stop that from happening.
Oh, fuck.
I was like, oh yeah, I mean for sure,
Good.
but I was like, dude, but it does look nice. And he was like, yeah, but they like take all their stuff. They like took their tents away. They're taking their medications. I'm like, that's fucked. I was like, this park is nice. And he kept just being like, well,
it's funny you mentioned that. Last time I was there, it's filled with homeless people.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and not like drug addict homeless people. I'm sure there's a lot. It's filled with like just Mexican immigrants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bros.
It's interesting.
Yeah, Rocky wants to stop. Rocky wants to save him. He's running. So he was like a 70, someone in the 70s. Sid was there and he was like being nice, but he just like turned to Sid and he was like, I just met with the Black Chamber of Commerce leader. I was like, sweet, dude.
Nice.
Yeah, he was being nice. You were kind of laughing about it, how like he didn't mean anything mean by it, but when you get that
there's
old,
like 10 black people in Salt Lake City.
That's what I told Sid. I was like, dude, he was pumped to see you, man.
It was Sid and the Utah Jazz.
Yeah,
that's literally the only black people in Salt Lake.
He had no one else to talk black stuff.
They don't have black
with.
people. They have Samoans.
Dude, he literally, it was the first thing he said to Sid. He turned to Sid and went, he's like, he was like, oh, you're black. And he was like, I just talked to another black guy today.
Yeah.
Dude, Rocky's the man. Rocky, dude, he was like, I was looking him in the eye. I was like, do you really give a fuck about this stuff? And I'm like talking to him. I'm like, so what are you going to do? He's like, you build structures for him. And I was like, I heard they had a homeless place. And I was like, fair enough. They had a homeless, like a mental health shelter or whatever, insane asylum, whatever they're called. And they had one, they knocked it down. So that's why their homeless is so bad.
Yeah.
He was saying the reason they knocked it down was because it was in again, this is what I thought he was saying. It was in one of the council members' districts, and he was claiming the council member was like, I don't want all the homeless people in my district. So they knocked it down, like, we'll build 3 separate ones so we can divvy these guys up.
Yeah.
But then I was talking to some of the people that live there, and they were like, that's bullshit. They're building condos right where that homeless place was. They knocked it down. They're building condos now. So someone got paid. Someone got the bag.
Yeah.
And then it's like all these dudes are dispersed, and you can come out. And I'm not saying he's doing this.
They need to put these insane asylums a little outside of the city.
It was right
they
downtown.
put them in the heart of the fucking city every time.
Yeah, but you also got
Austin has that one right across from Creek in the Cave.
You got to keep them like they can't they got to be like right near a bus thing. These dudes need to be it's full service. These guys are royalty, dude. They
really are. Should get carriages, very nice carriages,
dude. I was talking to homeless stuff too, and I was like, do you know anyone who wants to just drop everything and just deal with homeless people all day? I have not met one person.
Because that's what it's going to take.
Yeah, I know. Everyone's like, we got to do this. It's like, are you going to do it?
Yeah, are you?
I knew one person who worked with the homeless, and they burn out like pretty quickly, and they were like, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
You're like setting up meetings. You're like, I'll meet you. It's like meeting someone in like 1945. You're like, I'll meet you at the corner of this street on Friday, and they're like, you're like, they're never there.
They're never going to be there.
It's so hard.
It's impossible.
And this guy was like, dude, we have to come like pull them out of the cold. They get frostbite. So they come and like pull them out.
That is one thing that's good for Salt Lake is they do get cleared out every few months. Denver too.
Dude, Rocky
the boys survive in Denver too.
It's crazy.
They make it through those winters. Those guys, you would think with the homeless fortitude to survive in harsh elements, they'd be valuable in society. They're not.
We should let them climb. They should be. It might be climbers.
That could be good for us.
Yeah,
just it's not going to benefit anybody, but just have guys climbing shit. That could help.
I have said
we need
before,
to start shipping them to other
countries. They need to get sponsored. No, they need sponsors. They need to get racing jackets like M&M's, Red Bull. Yeah, you can just give them like $50 a month and have like they'll fly your shit.
We should sponsor homeless dudes.
Yeah, that's what I might start doing.
Yeah.
it's like whatever you want to do with the money.
Hold a sign outside of 30th. Wasn't that an idea?
Which one? Oh, 30th Street for Matt and Shane's?
Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
We don't need billboards. We need to give a bunch of homeless guys hold this sign.
Don't worry about money. I'm taken care of by Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast.
Save me. I'm fucking high as shit. Thanks, Matt and Shane.
Yeah, dude, it's really weird.
We could start paying homeless people to climb stuff.
True.
I think people would.
What a parkour
As hard as they can.
Team?
Put together a wild homeless parkour team.
Now we're just
50 dudes parkouring.
This is was it COF?
Yeah.
What's the COF?
We're basically Bishop Sycamore.
Bishop Sycamore.
That would be sick, dude. To scam your way into putting together a homeless football team and make them play IMG.
Well, dude, it's one of those things.
The plays they would run would be revolutionary.
Dude,
revolutionary.
It would be crazy. It would be like 14 water. They'd be having water boy hallucinations.
Like when a cat gets on the field during a game. Like people would have to chase them. They'd be so fast. They'd be so hard to catch out there. Hey, get your fucking hands off me, mother! Just fucking break the tackle.
Hit him with some fucking dust.
Get the boys dusted before the game.
Oh my god!
Send them out of the tunnel. They wouldn't stay on the field. They'd run straight to the bleachers. They'd start climbing.
You couldn't keep them on the field, dude. No. They just set up camp. Right
just set up camp. There'd be nothing you could do to get rid of them.
Dude, it is funny though, because it's like there's these dudes that are just like, I mean, obviously they don't have any money. They're fucked up mentally, and it's like nobody knows what to do with these guys except for Rocky, the mayor of Salt Lake. He's like, I'm going to build places for them. We're good. He said they had it totally under control, and he was like, and then the shit fucking fell apart. He was like, I retired, and the shit fell apart.
Yeah. I think I don't know. Obviously, I don't know enough about it, but it looks like it's beyond all repair.
Yeah.
It looks like we need to stop future generations from being homeless and just kind of let these boys ride.
True.
Because there's no fixing K&A.
No, you can't.
There's nothing.
You got if you see like a young kid with a stick and a bandana, you got to take it from him. Like,
if you see a rich boss walking around,
dude, it sucks. Like because there's like it's just terrible. But there really is. I don't think there's anything anyone
football
can do.
League.
The what?
Every city needs to put together a homeless football.
Should be
league.
mandatory. We should do the draft for football.
We should have
Olympics,
annual Olympics, homeless Olympics. Each city gets represented by their homeless.
That'd be actually pretty sick.
It'd be fun. I think we could at least generate some ad revenue and people would watch it.
True.
And let the boys stay in places.
They just became like early Greek, Olympian athletes. It's like, look, you guys are pro athletes.
Yes. Just
focus on your training. No, I'm telling you. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's a lost cause.
Yeah,
because those guys have to be institutionalized. Either they're totally crazy, in which they need to be institutionalized, or they like can't hold down a crib.
Yeah,
which is like, all right, now you need cash, and it's a matter of like you might give a dude cash, he puts up the good foot or whatever.
We could help them, or we could donate all of our money to Ukraine so that we can buy up their farmland.
I know.
Either way.
Yeah, we could build houses for those guys.
Yeah.
But
it's a lot of,
Yeah. It's a lot of scratch. It's a lot of scratch, a lot of maintenance.
Being pro-homeless is a tough cause, too, because even like all the liberal voters are
But you're saying pro, keep them outside?
No, just being like, we need programs to help them.
Oh, okay.
People are like, I don't want to spend money. I hate those guys. And even the people that would vote for it, the liberals, are in the city. They're around these guys constantly, and they're like, that's probably one issue. They're all like,
That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of lip service. Everyone pays lip service to it, and it's like, yeah, we got to do something. It's like, bro, what's stopping you?
I gave a homeless guy a bottle of water this weekend.
I don't want to brag.
For the record.
Dude, down and around Helium, I gave someone the coat off my back, dude.
Wow.
Last winter.
You were trying to get rid of that jacket.
Yeah, it was an old.
You were done with that jacket.
I was just hoping I was on somebody's security camera. I'm like, that'll probably go viral, dude.
Yeah.
Looked back. That was me. Yes, it is I.
Bishop Sycamore.
I had like a hoodie on and a big ugly jacket that I was like, yeah, you can have this one.
Yeah, 2 jackets.
He was chilly, yeah.
He was cold. You're like, yeah, we're in the Rockies.
Yeah, it was chilly. Actually, I stole the jacket off my uncle. He left it at my uncle left it at my parents' house after a family party.
He had a bum jacket.
And I was like, you know what, you can have it. I gave it.
But
yeah, so I rubbed elbows with the power center of the Salt Lake. Rocky's going to win, dude.
If he's won before, he's probably going to win.
He's won twice. I think
City's going to shit.
Going to fucking hell.
It's going to hell in a handbasket.
Although, dude, that park, I was like, bro, this park does look nice though.
Last time I was there, it was lined with Mexican and Samoan people laying in the grass, dude.
He was saying the cops come and just fucking like squash all their shit and throw all their crap out. And, like, beat it.
That's what happened in Austin under that bridge, right by Creek in the Cave. You go
Cops
down,
came.
The one time I was there, it was a tent city.
Yeah.
And then the next time I came, it was totally empty.
Damn.
It was like, bro, they
did that in Philly, man.
cleared it out.
During all those like riots and stuff,
Peaceful protests.
Peaceful protests. During all like the peaceful fire bombings on cop cars in Philadelphia, they just took over a baseball field, and it was a full tent city, and everyone was like,
"We're so close."
The what?
Get them pitching a little. Get them throwing it around a little.
They were angels on the outfield, dude.
They were angel dust on the outfield, dude.
And one day they came through and they just fucking cleared it, wrapped it up in a fence, and that was that. And it's like they fenced it all off.
That does have to blow ass to be. You're a homeless guy. You leave your tent for the night to go on your missions.
Yeah.
You come back from your missions. The whole tent city's gone. You're like, fuck. Dude.
It's bike cops, dude.
Fucking bike cops came and smashed it.
Dude, they come and they just like they like tug of war your tent from you. And then they like take this guy was saying that these people have like prescriptions and shit, and they'll just be like, toss them. I mean, dude, imagine being a cop and waking up like, what are we doing? Like, yo, you're shutting down a homeless camp. Just being like, fucking Christ.
Yeah, there's got to be a little part of you that's like,
I guarantee they're like, dude, come on, man.
Fucking nuts.
This is gonna suck.
Yeah, that does suck.
Dude,
ass.
going into like domestic disturbances and like all that shit fucking
tearing
blows.
down truly mentally disabled people's
It's
houses.
terrible. It's
yeah,
terrible.
that's really hard.
Yeah, man, they got to. Well, no, the problem is they're not getting up at fucking 4:30.
They need to
They
wake
gotta
up
get
at
up at
4:30.
4:30, go to the gym, get sunlight, dude.
They are getting sunlight, so that does disprove the sunlight.
True. Good point.
Those boys are crushing. So actually, they might be too powerful. They might have too much power. It's probably why they're schizophrenic.
True.
They've developed they've become multiple souls from so much
from
sun.
the sunlight. True.
It's like splitting at it. There's a new me. There's too much sun. No, I can't believe there's homeless. The Phoenix homeless guys, Austin homeless is terrible.
Yeah.
That sucks.
True. Yeah. It's thick.
It's so hot.
It's thick.
And you're
down
just
there.
laying on a hot, baked rock sidewalk.
It's got to be kind of tight though. Once you do, like, it's got to be nerve wracking to be homeless. I'm sure it sucks the whole time, but once you're in a nice climate and you get one of like a nice easygoing week, they're hitting you with the food and you're just kind of kicking and bopping around.
Yeah.
There's got to be a point where like I'm really doing this.
Yeah, like I'm pulling this off.
I'm for real doing this. I'm the
celebrate.
freest dude in the world.
It's time for me to celebrate. Let me try some of that heroin.
Dude, the Kensington has the trank. It's the stuff that like starts your skin, like it's like a
Yeah.
skin eating thing. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
I was driving past there or somewhere recently. I saw someone's leg and it had that like
The holes in
a
it.
fucking huge
Oh,
open scab. It's
Then
disgusting.
they inject into it. That's what I saw. When I was driving down K&A, I saw people injecting into their neck wounds. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's like, what do you do, dude? It's like you'd have to steal that person away. It'd be like ripping someone out of like almost like nature.
Yeah.
You'd have to like completely recondition them.
It sucks to even talk about because we can't solve it.
Not at all.
It's an unsolvable, unless we take all that money we're giving to Zelensky and maybe save humans' lives instead of funding murder of them.
Yeah, well,
but who cares? We need that farmland.
True. We do. Good potatoes.
RFK was bringing that up on Tim Dillon.
Was he really?
He was just saying how 3 companies own everything. It's
What,
like
BlackRock,
BlackRock,
Vanguard, and State Street.
Yeah.